Hey, what's up everybody? It's Dread here, and I wanted to go over USD Japan and the analysis that I gave in the group in the group chat. Sorry, and the candle that I talked about in the group chat on the 4-hour was this candle right here. This 4-hour candle, this bullish one right here. And I was just going to talk a little bit about why my analysis was that we were going to get a wick fill on that one. And so let's go ahead and get into that. As you can see, on USD Japan, price has been bullish. You know, we got some tests of some zones down here, and it's been pretty bullish since. Got some breakout of some zones up here. These zones have been broken, you know, not by much, but you know, we're going to see how that plays next week, because we did get some nice rejection right there at the end of the week. But looking at this 4-hour candle, you see we got a strong bullish close and a nice, you know, wick to the top, and you can kind of see that throughout the trend here over the momentum, the bullish momentum that we have after watching it come up and come up. You know, it was pretty clear that we were going to have, you know, a little bull rally. So what you want to do when you're watching for these wick fills is you want to look for, you know, nice big candles, you know, like this one and 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 this one. You know, these nice big candles that you want to trade, and you don't want to trade against the momentum. And what that means is like trading, you know, the down wicks. I typically won't trade the down wicks against momentum. So if something's going up, I'm not going to trade these wicks here, you know. And if something's going down, you know, if something's bearish, I'm not trading, you know, the bull wicks. I hope that makes sense to you. Stick with the momentum, trade with the momentum, don't trade against it. That's not very smart, and you should be fine. You know, a lot of people ask me, can you explain better the wick strategy? Where can I find more information on the wick strategy? Guys, it's really, really, really simple. Just pay attention. You just trade the wick fills. You know, you get some nice bullish candles here on some good bullish momentum. Then you're going to trade these. Look at these wicks. The only one, I mean, it took a while for this one to get filled, I will say, but you know, that's not a good wick to trade right there, right off the bat. You know, the candle's a little small, you know, but one of these, I mean, that one doesn't have a very large wick to get filled, but you know, you could trade this wick fill, but obviously you're going to have to wait for some drawdown, and then of course you could get a pretty good swing on that. But I don't do that. You know, I'm scalp trading. I'm looking for the quick fills for the most part. Sometimes it takes a little longer than I anticipate. Sometimes I get a little bit more drawdown than I anticipate. But I don't let that scare me out of a trade, because if I'm taking a trade after, say, this 4-hour closed, you know, I'm watching this candle, you know, I'm looking for retest to, let's see, let's find that candle that closed. It was this candle right here. That's when the 4-hour candle closed. And it came down. It retested this broken resistance zone here and here. It came through and tested these zones. As you can see, it failed to break back down into the zone. So what it do, it came right back up and filled that wick almost completely. And that's something also you want to keep in mind when you are trading wick fills. You don't want to try to get, you know, every single pip from that wick, because you know, sometimes it's not going to play out right away. You may have to wait it out, or sometimes it'll reverse before you get that complete wick fill. So when I'm trading wicks, you know, I'm looking for like 80 to 90% of the wick fill, you know, and that's where I'll be setting my targets. So as soon as this candle closes, I'll start moving, you know, I'll start setting targets up inside this wick somewhere around here, you know, and you know, I didn't mean to move that. It's probably gonna fuck me up later. I'll just draw one in. Like, you know, I'll start setting targets up in here, and you know, these targets will be where I start taking profits on scalps and things like that. You know, as you can, so this is the wick fill. Okay, let me go back and look at that. That doesn't seem right. Was that the wick fill? Okay, so that was the wick. I thought it was that candle. I mean, that was another trade I took. That's probably why I was confused. That is another trade that I took. But here's the wick. Came down, retested one of these broken resistance zones here. Let me See if I can, see these zones here. This resistance zone, it came down. It obviously came up, came down, tested these zones, and came back up, filled the wick. These are just simple trades that you can take. You can take these all over the place, man. These wick fills. And, just trade with the momentum. That's all you got to do. Don't try to trade against it. If something's bullish, then you want to look for nice strong closes on the daily. The 4 hour is where I like to take most of my wick fill scalps, because typically, this is not a whole lot of area to try to scalp in, versus trying to trade wick fills on the weekly. That's going to be more like swing trading right there, if I'm going to be honest with you. And you could get a lot more drawdown that way if you're using the weekly and the daily. Just be prepared that those trades are going to take longer to pan out, and you could have more drawdown versus trying to trade wick fills from the 4 hour down. I typically try to just trade the 4 hour. That's my favorite time frame for wick fill trades. And as you can see, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good strategy, depending on what candle you're trading. Like I said, you don't want to trade something small like this, because you're going to get potentially a lot of pullback, and it could take a lot of time for that trade to actually fulfill. And of course, it could also not fulfill at all. And also, you don't want to try to trade a full wick. Get in there, get 80-90% of that wick and get out of it, and wait for the next candle to close and set up. Wait for that next good candle and good wick to set up, and then hop in again. That's what I do. I'm not trading every single candle every single day. There's days where I take breaks. There's days where I wait for some real strong momentum to start presenting itself. I don't like to trade a sideways, a range chart, if you understand what I'm saying. I don't like to trade the chart when it's just, moving sideways a lot. There's not a whole lot of that in USD Japan, which is why I like to trade this pair. There's not a whole lot of sideways consolidation. It's going to be moving up and down a lot, so it gives you plenty of candles and momentum to trade with. And that's pretty much all you want to do, guys, is just trade with the momentum, not against it. Look for some good candles, some good wick fills. You see them all over the place. Look at this nice, beautiful candle, wick fill, beautiful candle, wick fill, beautiful candle, wick fill almost completely right there. Even downward, nice, beautiful candle, small wick, but still filled. Decent sized candle, wick filled, decent sized candle, wick filled. Like, guys, you just got to pay attention to the momentum. The stronger the momentum on a candle close, the higher the chance of that wick being filled completely, and usually pretty quickly. Again, you could get into some drawdown, but that's something that you have to anticipate for with this strategy. You're not always going to get the best entries, but you always want to try to wait for some pullback before you enter. But sometimes you're not going to get that pullback before the wick gets filled, so you've got to be on it with this strategy if you're scalping this strategy. So keep that in mind. And so you can wait for a pullback, or you can take that into account and just sit down and ride out your pullback while you're in your trades and wait for your wick to get filled. It's not always going to be the best, ratio between, winning and losing. Keep that in mind. But this is my strategy, and it works for me. My strike rate has increased up to over 90% with this strategy. And it's the only strategy I use, and I find it very efficient and successful. So everybody's going to be a little different. Everybody trades a little different. You may tweak things here and there, and so don't try to stick too hard on what exactly I'm doing, because everybody's different. Everybody has a different mindset. So just keep that in mind, guys. Don't be stickling to trying to do every single thing the way I do it, because it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. Everybody's different. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have more questions, just ask me. I'm not sure, I'm not the greatest teacher out there, but I'm not sure how much more I can tell you on this strategy other than, look for strong momentum, wait for some strong candle closes, and then look for those wick fills, look for the pullback to enter the wick fills. You can start with the 4 hour. Like I said, this is my favorite chart to use, time frame to use for wick fills. You're going to go down into the 15-minute, down to the 5-minute, looking for entries and stuff, looking for these strong pulls, and then you can enter, looking for the test of previous zones. And that's something that we can get into a little bit more if you want. We can get into how to set your zones. I do have a video up already. I don't know if it's clear enough for you guys, but finding these zones are really important. Understanding, I know I have a lot of lines on here, but these are previous zones that I was paying attention to for scalping. I'll get my chart cleared up and get it reset for this next week. So hope this video was helpful a little bit, and I hope this was able to clear a few things up. And if not, ask me some questions. If you're not already a part of the group chat, then you can join the group. It's free to join. All you got to do is have Slack app and reach out to me, and I'll get you put into the group. If you are part of the group, of course, just ask questions in the general or message me. It doesn't matter, and I'll try to help you guys as much as I can. I am doing the fund management side now, so I'm going to be busy managing funds for clients and things like that. So just bear with me, and that's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope this was helpful, and talk to me whenever you need some help, and I'll be here to help you. So alright guys, that's going to be it for me. This is Dread, and I'm signing out.